Come join Melissa and her guests on the Chats from the Blog Cabin podcast. From North Carolina, this podcast will have you feeling like you've known these folks for years. Listen in as they chat about life, culture, current events, and more, all with a special Southern flair. Curl up with your favorite beverage and get ready to be entertained. Tune in now for a unique experience that's fun and insightful.
Hey y'all, welcome back to another episode of Chats from the Blog Cabin, the show where I virtually invite you into the Blog Cabin to chat about life. And today we are chatting. Actually, it's a solo episode, which I'm very honored to have the solo episode today. We are talking about some of my favorite people in the whole wide world. And so I'm going to start with this quote. And actually, I just wrote it, so it's attributed to me. Raising daughters is raising history. Every brave step they take becomes part of the story women have been writing for generations. And that is exactly how I feel. My girls are the best of me. They are the best. There are moments in motherhood when you look around and think, how did I get so blessed? So today's episode is not an interview. It's not a teaching. It's a love letter to the three girls who made me mom, mama, mommy, mama, not mother. I hate that word mother. I think it's too formal for the kind of relationship that I want with my daughters. So it's Madeline, aka Maddie, Mikaela, Mickey, and Graciela, or Gracie. Three different personalities, three different callings, three different journeys, but one shared truth. They are each extraordinary in their own way. First, we have my oldest, Maddie, my Maddie. Maddie made me a mom, but she did something even more than that. She carried me through grief. When I was pregnant with Maddie, I lost my sister Karen, my very, very best friend in the whole wide world. The one who understood me in ways no one else did. The one who stood beside me. The one who loved fiercely. Grief and pregnancy are strange companions. One life leaving while another life is growing. One heartbreak while another heartbeat is forming. In the middle of that sorrow, Maddie became hope. She got her middle name from my sister, a legacy stitched into her identity, a reminder that love doesn't die, it multiplies. It carries forward. I truly believe God knew what he was doing when he placed Maddie in my arms during that season. She didn't replace my sister. Nothing could. But she helped carry me through the darkest valley I'd ever walked. And she gave me a reason to keep going. She gave me light when everything felt dim. She gave me her laughter when grief tried to silence me. There is something sacred about your first child. She grows up with you. Every milestone is brand new. Mary is what a lot of people in Mexico call her because I can't get her name right. Maddie carries strength in a quiet way, a steady way, a grounded way. She's always had a depth to her. Thoughtful, observant, compassionate. I call her my old soul. The kind of woman who fills the room before she speaks into it. Watching her step into adulthood, moving out on her own, moving clear across country from North Carolina to California, into her marriage, into her own calling, has been one of the greatest honors of my life. She has shown me that strength doesn't have to be loud to be powerful, that resilience can look gentle, and that faith can look steady. And every time I say her full name, I'm reminded legacy lives on. And I'm so proud of the woman she has become. And then there's Mikaela, my Mickey. I actually have her in my phone as Mickey because every time I would say, hey, you know who? I can't say it right now because my phone's staying right next to me. It would bring up some weird person's name. And I'm like, no. I say, and she's Mickey in the phone. She's my firecracker. Where Maddie is steady waters, Mikaela is bright sunlight. She brings energy into spaces. She asks the big questions. She pushes the boundaries. She refuses to shrink. She has always walked to the rhythm of her own drum. Creative, brave, independent, unafraid to try, to fail, to try again. And there's something powerful about watching a daughter refuse to be small, especially when she's only 4'10". Mikaela has accomplished things not because someone's handed them to her, but because she worked for them. I remember how proud I was when she graduated college, and the same month that she graduated college, she closed on her first house. She had saved up money so that she could have her own house, and she shows up. She studies, she commits, she perseveres. And what I admire most about her courage to be exactly who she is. She has taught me that boldness is holy, that confidence can be cultivated, and that it's okay to take up space. And she makes me proud, not just because of what she does, but because of who she is becoming. And also that she has a heart to help others. And that's the one thing I need to mention with Maddie too, as well. They both, all three of my girls actually have a heart to help others, whether it's fur friends or homeless or unhomed people, unhoused people, or somebody they may see on the road that may need a meal they're there helping. They're helping with their community. They're helping in mentor younger generations. They are always there. And then came Graciela, or Gracie, my baby girl, the one who made our family complete. Gracie carries joy like it's stitched into her spirit. She has a tenderness that is rare and a heart that feels deeply. She's thoughtful in ways that surprise me, determined in ways that inspire me, and there is strength in her softness. Now, not to say that all three of my girls don't have stubbornness in them, because all three can be stubborn because, hello, they get it from me and their dad. Watching her grow from little girl to young woman has felt like blinking and missing entire seasons. She's accomplished so much already, not just graduating high school or her activities, but in character. Find a dog and you will not, if you need someone to watch your dog, you will not have a better person to watch your dog than her. She loves those babies like they're her own. There's no coincidence that Gigi, our pit bull, who is probably the most anxious pit bull I've ever met, bonds with Gracie and gets upset when she's not there. She has kindness. She has integrity. She has taught me that empathy is power, that gentleness can change a room, that being kind is not weakness, it's leadership. But here's the truth that no one prepares you for. You spend years tying shoes, packing lunches, wiping tears, driving them to and from school, picking them up at soccer games, going to soccer games, picking them up from practices. One day you're cheering from the sidelines, not at a soccer game, but at their life. Being a mom changes as they grow. It becomes less about control and more about trust. I remember the very first time that Maddie drove herself to school. I was a nervous wreck. And at that time, we did have phones and we did have trackers, but I didn't have a tracker on her at the time. Now, whenever Gracie goes out and she's late at night, I ask her to text me or send me your location because of the way the world has changed. So it's less about holding on and more about letting go. It's less about protection and more about prayer. Every night before I go to bed, I pray that God keeps everyone safe and that if there's a way that we will see Maddie this year, God will make it come about. But you have to let go. And letting go is holy work. Because when you release your daughters or children into the world with faith, you are saying, God, I trust you more than my fear. So what have they accomplished? They've accomplished degrees. They've accomplished growth. They've accomplished healing. They've accomplished stepping into adulthood with grace. They've built relationships with friends who I call family. They have faced hard seasons. They have chosen integrity. They have loved well. And maybe the greatest accomplishment of all, they have remained kind in a world that tries to harden hearts, especially for people of mixed race. So to my girls, if you ever listen to this episode someday, I want you to hear this clearly. Maddie, thank you for carrying light into my darkest season. Mikaela, thank you for reminding me that bold is beautiful. Gracie, thank you for proving that softness is strength. I am proud of all three of you, not for perfection, not for performance, not for achievements done, but for your hearts. Being your mom has been my most sacred calling. And if I did nothing else right in this world, I got to be your mama. And that is enough. And that is enough. I didn't know the things that would open up inside me being a mom of three girls. So for Maddie, you were born in the shadow of my deepest grief. And somehow God used your tiny heartbeat to stitch mine back together. My only wish was I wish Karen could have met you and could have met all your sisters as well, because I know you would have had the best time with her. For Mikaela, you taught me that raising a strong daughter means letting her outgrow my hands, even when my heart wants to hold on a little longer. And there's no doubt about it. You and I are the ones that butt the head the most, but I think it's because we're the most alike. And I see in you how I wish I was when I was younger. Maddie, you're the old soul, the one that always took care of everybody. And Gracie, you may be the baby, but watching you grow into your own woman has been the sweetest reminder that motherhood is not about keeping you small. It's about loving you brave. To all three of my girls, thank you. Thank you for allowing me to be your mom. Thank you for being the amazing humans that you are. Thank you for just being you. Because to me, that's all that really matters, is that you were you and that you're in my life. So I'm going to leave again with the quote at the very beginning. Raising daughters is raising history. Every brave step they take becomes part of the story women have been writing for generations. So until next time, be blessed. And as you know, it's Women's History Month. I'll come back tomorrow with another episode. Remember, some of these episodes are solo episodes where I'm giving a tribute to the people, the women that inspired me. Some are history lessons and some are straight out interviews. So until next time, guys, bye.